Students head back to class. We know nothing is more important to parents than feeling their children are safe in school. And with the recent tragedy in Uvalde, Texas, still fresh on all of our minds, WUSA 9 is examining how new schools are being designed to protect against the threat of an active shooter.
Our chief investigative reporter Eric Flack traveled to Dorchester County on Maryland's eastern shore to find out why school leaders there think they might have the safest school design in the state.
On March 20th, 2018, a 17-year-old student opened fire in the hallway of Great Mills High School in St. Mary's County, killing 16-year-old Jalen Willie and wounding 14-year-old Desmond Burns before turning the gun on himself. Across the Chesapeake, Dorchester County School Safety and Security Coordinator Chris Haig saw the headlines and knew there was no more pretending their rural school community was immune to gun violence.
It really brought it home that these sorts of incidents can happen anywhere. They can happen in the best communities, they can happen in the worst communities, and every community in between.
From Columbine to Sandy Hook and now Uvalde, the threat of an active shooter in a school has led to a wave of new school safety design techniques, nearly all of which were incorporated into the construction of North Dorchester County High School in Hurlock, Maryland.
Has it ever been more difficult from a school perspective to figure out how to keep these kids safe?
Architect Peter Weinbrenner helped lead the project.
I mean, this is the hardest it's ever been. Just trying to balance all of that, sometimes hysteria, with trying to educate students and get them excited about learning and not feel like, they have to duck and roll all the time.
Weinbrenner told us school hardening, which is the industry term for adding layers of security within the design of the school itself, is a delicate balance, weighing the need to protect students against an active shooter threat while not making kids feel like they're learning inside a prison. To do that, Weinbrenner's team wove swipe card entry, ballistically rated office class, and weapons detectors into an otherwise big, bright, and open entryway, and then layered the floor design with classrooms set well back in the building so that teachers and students would have time to react if a shooter ever forced their way inside the school. But in the wake of the Great Mills High School shooting, many North Dorchester parents worried that the open floor plans and abundance of windows could make the kids targets. In fact, Weinbrenner says most new school designs incorporate lots of glass, especially at entrances and exits, so everyone inside can see a threat coming.
For us, we have to explain to them that it's not just that simple that glass is bad. Having all that glass allows for that eyes on the street, see something, say something mentality.
The purpose of this open design is to increase sight lines for staff. All these lockers are built shorter so you can see over top of them. And all these offices have windows so you can see out. And if there is an active threat, you can close the blinds, you get down behind the concrete, and you hide.
Bad people are going to do bad things. We're going to take every step humanly possible, use every piece of technology that comes our way, and we embrace it, and we train and we utilize it, but I can't say that it's going to stop. It'll stop everything.
Have you had to answer the question, is this all necessary?
Yes.
And what do you say?
What I say is if the worst day ever came to Dorchester and we didn't have this, and we looked back and we had the opportunity to have it, how would we respond on that day?
We did want to know, we also reached out to schools in D.C. and Northern Virginia to learn more about what design techniques they use to protect against an active shooter attack in their schools. But those districts declined our offer, citing concerns over publicly discussing security techniques. Eric Flack, WUSA 9.
School resource officers, or SROs, have come under a lot of scrutiny over the last few years. Should they be in schools or shouldn't they? Tomorrow morning, we're going to spend the day with one local officer and get his take on the job.
I want to finish out knowing I did it right. Excuse me.
As you can see, this was a very moving interview.